Hello, people of the internet. This is my LG Gram laptop 2018 white 13-inch. I've been using this laptop for about half a year now, and I decided to talk about it for a little bit. Maybe someone else wants to buy this laptop. So here's my 2 cents on it as a regular user. I bought this laptop because it's very light. So if you're in the market to buy like an Ultrabook, very portable, very light, with amazing battery life, screen, and everything, you should go for it. It's almost similar in size to my old MacBook Air unibody, the one that they just replaced this year, MacBook Air mid 2012. So I kept the sleeve, the in case, and it fits perfectly. So if you have one of these laying around, this is just perfect. Don't have to buy another one. So yeah, hardware wise, I like it. It's metal built, but it's covered with some sort of a paint. It's like a magnesium alloy, and it's covered with a soft paint, almost velvety like. It's like a wall paint. It's very fine. Has two speakers on the bottom here, which they're not very good. I'm gonna talk about them later. On this side it has micro SD port, has the headphone jack, USB, and the lock here. Has the power, another USB, HDMI, and USB-C, which is good because it transfers data really fast and charges my phone, and even fast charges my phone, which is amazing. So yeah, I really like the hardware. Obviously, one-hand operation for the lead, no problem. Et voila, this is it. Has the LG wallpaper skin. I haven't even changed it since I bought it. Even when you go into settings, this has this tone, this theme, like a pinkish LG theme. But I like it. It's pretty good. Yeah, so it's very solid. It's not as sturdy as a unibody, so if you press it, see it's gonna flex a bit. But it doesn't bother me none. So it's not as solid as a MacBook per se. It does flex a little bit. And the screen, it's pretty flimsy. See how it bends and it's wobbly like that, but it's okay when it's on the table. It doesn't, it wobbles a bit, but it's very light. It's like feather light, so when you type or something, it doesn't move. It's the hinge is pretty good. It's pretty strong, so there's no, and it goes pretty wide. You see the angle? It opens almost flat, which is nice. So yeah, but no problem with, despite the fact that it's wobbly. Even if you almost close it, you see how it stands? The lid is very good. The hinge. So I like that. So what else? The keyboard itself. It's very. I like the keyboard. It's pretty similar to the one on the MacBook Air. It has a lot of travel to its keys, and it was a bit resistant in the beginning. It was a bit hard, but now it flexes much more easily, and the response is quite good. It's a pleasure to write on it. I really like it. In the beginning, I didn't like it so much because it was a bit rigid, but with time, and now it's just the right amount of flex. It has the keyboard is backlit, has only two like steps, two levels. You can't see it much. Let me turn off the light. It's really beautiful in dark, you can see. So this is off. Let me turn on the brightness. This is the first level, and this is the second level of brightness. So yeah, as you can see, it's okay. It's visible. It's visible during the night. There's no problem. This is the low setting. This is the higher setting. And this is off. So yeah. I don't like the trackpad so much though. It's not as big as on the Macs, and the surface is a bit. It doesn't glide so easy. I don't know if it's it's made out of glass or what, but it's not. It doesn't slide so easy. It really is a pleasure to work on this screen, and everything looks amazing. The colors, the calibration. When you navigate the website, it's so clean. Yeah. So what I hate about the screen, not that I hate that. I hate the brightness levels. Like indoors, it's very bright, as you can see right now. Let me even turn off the light and see in the dark how bright it gets. You see, it almost the camera has problem picking up the light, but it doesn't go dim enough. You see, maybe it seems dim enough on YouTube here, but at nighttime when I want to read something in bed in almost complete darkness, it doesn't go. Well, that's not a major problem because I'm using an application. I'm using this desktop lighter, so I'm using this so I can drag down and decrease even more the. You see, I can almost make it invisible. Very dim, basically. Yeah. So it doesn't go very dim, but it also doesn't go very bright. As that sometimes it's hard to use outside. It's not unusable, but you'll have trouble in direct sunlight. So I'd say you can work on a terrace. You can work on a, I don't know, some like semi-open area, but you can't really work like with no shade at all. So it doesn't go that bright. It has about like 300, 350 nits, if I remember correctly, of brightness. So yeah. What I also like is these bezels. They are amazing. Look at this very thin bezel. Let me go full screen on this video here. There's almost not a lot of bezels. Yeah, so it only has this wider band at the bottom here. Other than that is like very thin bezel. Here's the camera up top here and the mic. Doesn't have like the weird placement somewhere up down here as I saw like the Dell XPS or other laptops. The bezels are so thin that it couldn't fit the camera, so I have no problem. It feels like with this base white and the screen almost bezel-less and black, it feels like it's floating in the air sometimes. Like I'm looking at the laptop and then like the screen is just there on its own. Alright. This is how it looks like from the back, so I think it's quite nice actually. Okay, mine doesn't have the fingerprint scanner. Usually the 15 and the 14 inch have like a fingerprint scanner here in the keyboard, but I didn't pay for that. That and another like the 4K display would have costed me like $400, which I didn't necessarily need. Yeah, so battery life. Another reason why I bought this laptop is the battery life. It has like a 72-hour battery, which is huge for a laptop. I think it might be the biggest in like a normal laptop. Look at this. Now I'm at. Usually when I'm charging it only up to 80%. Now it's 74%. I'm usually keeping it charge only till 80%. I have this. I have like a quick launch for LG control center where I can do all these kinds of settings. It's like a LG UI on top of like extra controls. So I have like power management, instant boot, system information, system settings. So if I go here, on the battery, I can extend the battery life. I don't know if you can see, just by charging it just to 80% instead of 100%. So I keep this off, so even if the charger is plugged, it doesn't go, it just stays, doesn't do anything, so I don't have to take the plug out. And speaking of the plug, it's so interesting. It looks like cheap and like not interesting, but it goes into this tiny hole here and it swivels around. So it's very convenient. Either the cable comes from that side or from this side. It always, so it's very easy to use. And the power brick is not that big. It's quite small actually. Let me just show it here. You see how small it is? It's really not that big. It's like it's pretty powerful and it charges very quickly. It feels like fast charge on my phone actually. For example, now it's at 74% and usually it charges like in 20 minutes from now. It's gonna be full. It doesn't show me yet. It doesn't tell me yet how fast it's gonna charge. But usually 20 minutes from 70%, it's full. Like it's really fast. So yeah. And battery life, it's just fantastic. Usually theoretically they claim like 21 hours of battery. The size of the battery is like a laptop battery plus a phone battery, so it's really big. Now it's 70% remaining. Usually it shows me like 12, 15 hours battery life if I'm not doing anything extreme. But usually I watch a 2 hours movie, I browse the net for like 2-3 hours, I watch YouTube, and I still have like 40% left, starting from 80%, not even 100%. So it is fantastic, the battery life and the size and the weight of. I recently went into a store and I tried to pick up a MacBook Pro like this, and I had like a hard time, like, oh, this is so heavy. And then I even tried with the new Air, and that seemed heavy too. Look at this, I'm just bringing it 2 fingers. This is a feather of a laptop. Trust me, you never seen anything before like this. It's a joy to bring around. The battery life is crazy long. Screen is fantastic. It's light, has all the ports you need. The keyboard is good. Only the sound. The only problem with this laptop is the sound. It's not bad, but the speakers, as you can see, are here at the bottom. These 2 tiny holes. So when you place it on table, you can block it easily, and anywhere you place it other than a flat surface. So if you put it on your lap, and it's quite weak. Let me just play some music, and it's okay. But sometimes powerful, like loud voice, it distorts after like 80%. So let me play some music here. 46 level. This is 100%. It has also this DTS audio that you can play around and fiddle with it. It has like these equalizers and advanced levels. You can play with the sound, and has Bluetooth, has the 8th gen Core i5, 256 SSD, 8 gigs of RAM. It's very snappy, it's very fast. I never had a crash, it's amazing. Let me play some, let me try to play some voice here to see, maybe when the voice is loud sometimes it distorts. Let me tune into CNN here to see. Someone yaps around here loudly, maybe he'll manage to recreate a distortion at high level, but it's not bad. Usually it doesn't bother me. It's just the resonance.
The highest midterm turnout in more than 100 years. That's the good news. And the bad news is there's an effort right now to roll back those election results in the swing states of Michigan and Wisconsin. Republicans are trying to use year-end legislative sessions to rein in the incoming Democratic governors. This is an end run around the election results. What some folks are calling,
but it's okay. It's decent. It doesn't bother me. I wish it was better. I wish it was Mac level, especially the MacBook Air, the new one, which is stereo and a bit better. So sound could be improved. Camera is very good. Had no problem with it. Yeah, it's. I have all the ports. For example, there's this USB Type-C port that I never had before. I know it's very fast. So if I plug in a cable and then I plug in my. Look at what happens when I plug in my V30. It fast charges. Let me just look. Let me just focus. Anyways, I mean, I can manage, but it's my phone is basically fast charging on the USB-C here. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, it's pretty handy. So I don't even have to carry a phone charger with me. I'll just plug in this USB Type-C port and it's gonna do it for me. I just need the cable. Yeah, let me just do a quick restart. It's pretty fast, so SSD, obviously, Windows 10. Let me just do a complete restart here to see how long it's gonna take. So as you can see, it usually takes about, I don't know, 30 seconds. Even less, not even. It's pretty fast to boot. So I think it's a very good laptop, especially for someone who's very mobile, who's on the go all the time, who needs fantastic battery life, who needs a very portable machine, someone who needs, I don't know, a very light machine, basically. You don't even feel it in your backpack. This is a dream for on-the-go people who need performance and battery life and a pretty well versatile machine. So anyways, this is my personal computer. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I like it. So thumbs up, LG. I keep up the good work. I'm pretty impressed. And it was all $1,000. So I don't miss my MacBook Air. Serious. Honestly, I was holding on in the spring to buy the new Air, but there was no word on it. So I just decided, you know what, after 5 years of MacBook Air, I'll give LG a try, and boy, am I happy. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I don't know. Probably I'll see you around in another one. Who knows? Take care.